Welcome to the ParentU podcast, where we want to frame the challenges of the teenage years for parents to see these years as a great work of sanctification in their lives and have a deep understanding of each other and, most importantly, growth together in the grace of Jesus Christ. I'm Mark Long, and 5 years ago, I approached the leadership at Oak Mountain Presbyterian Church in Birmingham, Alabama, about a calling to pursue the hearts of parents and families with teenagers and to equip them to be proactive rather than reactive in their parenting. Well, I had been doing youth ministry for about 30 years. I started sensing God doing something, but I couldn't figure it out. And usually in the pastorate, when you start sensing something like that, means you're moving. One night in desperation, I just sat there just seeking the Lord. I said, I need to hear from you. I'm not looking for a burning bush, but just give me some ideas. And literally in 30 seconds, this idea just flooded me. It just covered me up. And so I grabbed my iPad and started typing in. And then I look up and I said, what am I looking for? What is this describing? And it was pastor to families of youth. The lead pastor here at Oak Mountain, Bob Flahart, had been thinking and praying about something, and Bob had a real burden for the parents of youth. And so as I shared what God had placed on my heart, he looked at me and said, I just can't believe that you've been thinking about this. And he was really excited for a pastor, for parents of youth, because we know that the teenage years are difficult. But I do believe, as Paul Tripp says, it's an age of opportunity. One author said, when God's working, he's working on every heart in the room. So if we got teenagers in there, we got parents, well, guess what? God is working on the hearts of the parents. And his desire is to use everything. Not only has he given moms and dads that have teenagers mission, they've got to see that the teenagers are not there to ruin their life, but it's how we as parents respond to our students. Is God using teenagers to continue to sanctify us? In other words, continue to set us apart from our own sin. There's so many resources out there that I think could be of value to moms and dads. And here's why. Because moms and dads, when they start having these teenagers, they tend to be moved toward isolation. And that's what you do when you're being attacked. You just pull it in. What happens every time it even threatens to snow here in Birmingham, Alabama? Run to the grocery store, grab as much milk and bread and toilet paper as you can, and hunker down. And a lot of times that's parents' mindset about teenagers, just hunker down. And I think this would bring more value in helping them understand what is God calling us to do with these teenagers. Teenagers really put their hands out saying, stop. But with the other hand, they're waving mom and dad in. And that is confusing to mom and dad. Just imagine how confusing it is to the kid. But statistics continue to show over and over and over and over and over again that the person that makes the deepest impact on students are their parents. I read it last week again. And so we should be a part of something that can equip moms and dads for this task. And I really want our ministry to be proactive for parents, not just reactive. It can be really proactive in the sense of supplying different strategies or different systems that parents could take advantage of to equip them, where parents can be thinking ahead. They're not to squelch their teenager or not to cut them off, but to hear them and talk to them. So when certain things pop up, it's not just going to be about how do I cope with my teenager. It's going to be, how's God using this in my life? The proactive part is them going, God is using everything in my life to make me look more like Christ. So what we're hoping in this podcast is to provide something that parents can listen to on their way to work, in the carpool line, dropping the kids off at soccer practice, whatever, and hear something from ParentU on a variety of categories. Everything from having an expert come in and encourage us as parents to redeem sports for the name of Christ, to how do I help my teenager deal with anxiety. Over the next several weeks, we'll be sharing these equipping conversations with professionals from our community to encourage, inspire, and challenge parents to be proactive rather than just reactive in their parenting. ParentU is a ministry of Oak Mountain Presbyterian Church. I'm Pastor Mark Long, and thanks for listening.